you probably got all you need from those two guys. Those two guys, they really brought us home today. So thanks to them, and thanks to the fans in McHale. I mean, they were awesome today, and we weren't giving them a lot to cheer about, and then they hung with us and got us through, and thank goodness, we played them on this day, and it was at home, because if that's anywhere else, we're probably not getting that outcome.
Tell them at midway through the first half and then maybe at halftime when you're down something.
Just hang in there. We just got to start playing better basketball, and it might be try an adjustment or two, but you can't just completely panic. Yeah, you have to have a sense of urgency. It can't just be, oh, hey, it's business as usual, and so just got to hang in there. And I thought we did a good job. That last 7 minutes of the first half, just keeping ourselves in the game. I think we cut it to 9 at half, right? And I think Caleb had a layup that, he's going to make most of the time. That would have cut it to 7. We missed a few free throws. And JB missed a couple free throws, and he's a good free throw shooter. So, we could have been, down 4 or 5. But going down 9 gave us a chance, and then you come out in the second half, and you just don't want to have a repeat, and we did. And, we got to start starting these halves better. And then it just became knuckle down and maybe try to pick up the pressure a little bit. And then offensively, I think we settled in a little bit and got just a little more, I don't know if methodical is the right word, but just a little more connected. And Pella was really good downhill. Caleb made a few good plays. And, and then Umar, was able to catch and finish a few balls. And I think Kylan hit a huge 3, which is growth for him, because I think the 3 he hit, I think he'd missed his first 5. So for him to step up and do that. And then KJ was back. I mean, KJ, what's so much fun about coaching him is he solves problems, just with effort and energy and cutting. And, so when the game, maybe gets a little, stagnant or you're stuck somewhere, I mean, he saves the play so many times.
Maybe you said the other night was a show. Last 2 games you had KD, today you had the Pacers, you got Ben. Rick Carlisle sitting ahead. How much of that?
Hopefully not. I mean, we got to be more mature than that. When you play at Arizona, I mean, you're going to be on the big stage, and you can't be bothered by that. So, I mean, I'm not going to account for that. We just have to, first off, we're going to be very happy and thankful we won today against, Mick. Had a heck of a game plan. His team was ready. They were more ready than we were, and luckily we were playing at home, and we were able just to kind of. Luckily they finally missed a few shots, and maybe our defense had a little bit to do with that. I don't know, but I'm just thankful for the results, and I'm going to get into the weeds tomorrow on this game.
Mark said that he was not really moving back when he was shooting free throws, and that's kind of what led to.
Yeah, we don't need to get into the technique. You guys can slice and dice that. I'm not going to get into techniques of shooting and stuff like that with players. I'm just, free throws, they all look good coming out of his hand to me.
Referred to being more methodical. I think there was a stretch where there were 13 consecutive possessions where you scored, either made a basket or got to the line and got the free throws.
Well, a big part of the game is being aggressive, getting in the bonus. The bonus gives you a greater margin for error on possessions. And I just thought, Pella, found whether it's a good matchup or just some good seams off ball movement that he was able to drive, and he played really strong. And, we need that Pella.
UCLA made 6 of their first 9 threes and then made 1 early in the second half. Was there something you did as far as rotation to just try to keep that happening?
No. I mean, they have not been a good 3-point shooting team, and I'm sure some of those guys are better shooters in their percentages, and so we kind of game planned against them like everyone else has, where you're going to kind of pack it in and give Bono a lot of attention, and you know what, they came and they played free and easy today and early in the game, and listen, they really put themselves in position to win that game, and like I said, we kind of we're fortunate we're playing at home.
So this was a gritty signature type of win. What are your thoughts on the overall?
I hope so. I mean, you go through seasons, and it's cliche to say you got ups and downs and things like that, but you have to dig deep. You have to learn how to dig deep. Digging deep is a huge part of it, and I'm so proud of our guys. It's all the stuff. As a coach, you try to think about when you're like trying to guide your team, and I know our guys care a lot for the University of Arizona. They care a lot for Tucson. They love playing in McHale. They honor the legacy of our former players, and I think you gotta call on all those things in those tough moments. And you know what? I mean, hey, we had Matt Othick speak to the team yesterday. How cool is that? He obviously he's well versed in this rivalry. So I think it's really cool to for our guys to be able to honor those former players and find a way to beat UCLA, in the last time we're going to play them in the Pac-12 in McHale.
Ben, get a chance to talk to the guys, or they were rushed?
I mean, it was quick. It was quick. Ben just as usual kicked their ass. Ben he keeps it pretty simple.
With Umar, you mentioned the free throws. Do you think that's mental at all too? Because you say it's coming out. You were a shooter yourself. I didn't know if you ever believed in that.
Hey,
stuff.
let's not equate me to any of this stuff here because my time is so far past. Bruce, it's everything. It's mental, it's physical, it's technical. It's all everything. We could probably look at it 100 different directions, but for this day, he solved it, and it was a huge difference in this game.
His best game, you think, overall here?
I don't have my glasses, so I can't see the stats, but I thought he had great impact, and we played him a lot in that second half. I just, I need to start playing Krivas more, but just O's force, I really felt like we needed it. We needed it in that game. It was, in a normal game where it's a little closer, I probably sub more freely, but we found a way, and today was just about getting a result. It was a program win, and that's we're just going to chalk that one up to that, and I'm thankful those guys, those vets, were able to get us through.
Shot selection inside at the rim, better for you, in your opinion?
I haven't watched the game. I feel like, we finished a little bit better around the rim in the second half. The first half I just looked at it and kind of shook my head again. It's like, how many halves in a row could we shoot under 40%? That's just not who we are. And there's a law of averages, and we need to start trending on the upside of that average.
This is a program win. What can this do confidence-wise, like looking ahead in March, that you're able to grit out games in different ways?
Well, it does a lot. I think it always shows you. I didn't realize there's so many things that happened in that game. The game literally felt like it took 8 hours for me. But we're down 19 in the first half, 18 in the second half. I just think it shows you, hang in there, make that next play, dig in. And I think, you don't not necessarily want your team to be in that position, but when you're in that position, you got to take advantage of it. And our guys did today, and I think it was a great experience.
On it a little bit, this rivalry, but last two Pac-12 tournaments, and then this year, UCLA is not having as good of a year, but they're still able to make this a great game. Just how special is this rivalry?
Well, they're rivalry games. You throw everything out the window. And they have good players, and they have a great coach. And, I don't know what's been going on, so it's not my job to dissect it. But I know when I'm preparing to play against a Mick Cronin coach team, he's one of the best coaches in the country. I know that, and I've played against him, and just you understand that going in, and so I have a ton of respect for him, and with what he's done with those guys, and they're a little bit on the younger side, but you can see the last 2 weeks. They've gotten a lot better, and hopefully they keep playing like that.
Momentum shift was that steal Kylan and then the three-pointer going on the 10-2 run.
That was huge. I'd have to look exactly on the timesheet when that happened, but it was good. And right when he left his hand, I knew it was in. And you needed some of those. You need some of those, those kind of those haymakers, a few of them to get you back in the game and get you over the top. So that was great. It was great by Kylan. I thought Kylan settled in and just played, a little bit there. And maybe in the first half, I got to figure some of our rotation stuff out. We're trying some different things here and there, and that's what you do over the course of a season. But I thought he looked really good in control of that game in the second half.
The UCLA not shooting well coming in. Mac particularly, I think he was like 20%, 23% from three. Second half, you were on him more. Did you adjust on him at least?
So common sense would say if a guy's a driver and proficient at getting fouled, and that maybe you go underneath some of his ball screens. And he made it. So we had to make some adjustments, and we had to start playing, more, because it just felt like one of those days we're gonna make. So we started going over some. Well, then now he gets downhill towards the end of that game. So he's a really good basketball player, and he's unique. And I was really impressed playing against him today.
What do you think of KJ's? It seemed like defensively maybe helped you a lot.
I think KJ helped us in every facet of the game. I think he really helped us offensively. I don't know what he ended up with stat-wise. I can't read it here, but
13 points.
Plus minus guy, okay, huh? Yeah, 13 points, 3 rebounds, hit his free throws. I thought, and he made the three, and I thought he played awesome, and I'm really proud of him, because it hasn't been coming easy for him the past few games.
I mean, have you found, I guess maybe this goes without saying, but just that those big moments is not intimidating to him to be out there to?
No, he's not scared. He's not scared. He's got the clutch gene in him, and I think all of our guys have it, to be honest with you. And he just kind of comes and goes, and maybe I got to try to put him in a little bit better positions to make them a little bit more confident in themselves, and I'll do that.
Last question.
You talked to Christian Colombo at all lately with this situation? I didn't know.
I haven't. No, I haven't. I don't know the ins and outs of it, specifically as much as I should. But I love CeeLo. He's one of my all-time favorites. Thanks, Coach. All right. Thanks.